Dear friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Commander Strikes. This is Commander Sudhir Kumar, Indian Navy veteran. As it was speculated or anticipated or discussed a lot, not only in social media but at all the news channels, as President Trump had been giving warning to Iran that one day he will start the operations against Iran if Iran is not agreeing to the conditions imposed by USA. There might be many things that USA would like to achieve by this. So here the question is this war is going to turn into the World War III? It seems to me. Or this war started because Israel had a challenge of their survival or existence, as they thought that Iran, by virtue of pursuing a very vigorous nuclear program to have nuclear weapons at the earliest, and that was going to be used against Israel, so it was an existential threat to them. So let's see what has happened now today. The war broke out at around 9:30 in the morning as per Indian Standard Time, and it was the first attack launched by Israel and US, and there were near about 30 missiles they have struck all important cities pan Iran. And in the first strike itself, the presidential house, the Khamenei's house, was destroyed, and so were that their intelligence headquarters was also destroyed. And it is now, by this time, it is very clear. In the first strike itself, the defense minister of Iran has died, and the foreign minister of Iran has said that we might have lost two, three, one or two, the supreme commanders or the commanders of army. It means it is very clear that some of their top leadership has already been wiped out in the first strike itself. But Iran, as it has got the missile capabilities, which was shown even during June conflict, that was 12 days, a sort of a war between Israel and Iran, and in which finally the USA also supported Israel and used his B-52 bombers, dropping very heavy loads of weapons, or rather bombs, on their nuclear site. It was not known that how much damage was done to a nuclear site and whether they have retrieved their enriching uranium facilities or not, or where they have reached, to what percentage of enriching uranium the Iranians are having. But finally, when this war has started against them, that definitely Iran was also in preparation, and Khamenei has issued many times the statements that they will fight back and they will defend themselves. And the same way the foreign minister of Iran is still telling. And if you look at the attack, I will say that some mistakes have been committed by Iran. I'll cover them. But first, see, they have not only launched the attacks against US Air Force bases in 5 to 6 countries. Those are in Middle East region. But they have also launched a missile against the Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia was one nation which was standing, I suppose, along with Iran, as they had given a statement some time back, that if Israel and USA, they are going to launch an attack against Iran, Saudi Arabia will not allow their airspace or their airports to be used by the US fighters or Israel fighters from its soil. So it was a very categorical statement that Iran, I do not know, I feel it's a very, very big mistake, or rather, Iran has shot in its foot itself, because attacking Saudi Arabia, who could have stood at international forum otherwise also, though not supporting taking part in war along with Iran against USA and Israel, but definitely it could have been a spokesperson of Iran and declaring that war should stop, or it was a very, very strong statement which Saudi Arabia gave. But the way Iran has attacked near about 8 nations, not only Israel, but against the air force bases, and many civilian casualties have taken place. Even to my surprise, just seeing UAE not only attacking the US Air Force bases over there or US establishments, military establishments over there, US assets, but I came to know that there was a missile which was launched, which was intercepted by UAE missile, interceptor missile, over Marina. And now Burj Khalifa, there is a heavy projectile which has fallen nearby Burj Khalifa. And there was a lot of chaos going on in Dubai, which is such an international city 24 by 7. It is awake. And then now the Dubai administration has made that the Burj Khalifa is being evacuated, and they have prepared their interceptor missiles to counter such kind of an attack by Iran in the next coming days as this envelope of war uh, grows, inflates. And now the fresh retaliation strikes have taken place from the US side also. They have used their uh, cruise missiles, those have been launched from the ships, and same way the next retaliation is from the air force side. Now the Israel is going to use. But if you see that, the Strait of Hormuz, that earlier their aircraft carrier, nuclear propelled aircraft carrier, that Kennedy, which was there, it has come out from that Strait of Hormuz, because there was a very confined place, just a stretch of 21 kilometers. It could have, an Iranian missile could have hit it, has come to the Arabian Sea. And the Gerald Ford, another nuclear propelled aircraft carrier, has gone for the defense of Israel, nearby Israel, so that, Israel could be defended. We may recall that what happened in June. In June, the Israel was hit very badly by the ballistic missiles of Iran, and Iran has got any unspecified number of missiles. People say that he has got very potent long range intercontinental ballistic missiles having range from 3,000 to 5,000 kilometers. Those were launched against Israel in June. But someone say they have got 10,000, and someone say that they have got other different kind of missiles. Uh, Even that surface to air launch missiles, surface to surface missiles, those have been given by China. And some say that, as per the open source reports and in media, that in last 1 month or so, 2 3 months, that some transport aircrafts have come from China. So they might have carried some. I cannot confirm this news, but this is all the open source news and on social media, that they might have given certain weaponries, the potential weaponries to Iran, and the same way Russia could have given this kind of an weaponry which could be used by Iran against Israel and US. But both the nations are just speaking that, this war must not escalate. And India has also requested that the sovereign rights of a nation should not be violated. And as President Modi always says, that this is not the era of war. So from that point of it, if you look at it, India is again given a statement that the war must not escalate the attempts to be made. But you know the UN, that every country which is requesting UN has become a sort of a defunct organization, and I don't feel that the UN is going to play any role in stopping this war. Now let's see what could be the plausible reasons for President Trump that he thought that he will make sure that Iran is acceding to its demands, what they could have been. I feel, in my capacity or my thinking of geopolitics, that Trump might have thought that first is that their nuclear power program, the nuclear weapon program which is going over there, and they feel that in June, when they have attacked their nuclear installation by the B-52, this thing, before that itself they could remove their enriched uranium from that site, so not much of damage was there. And same way Israel felt it. Israel feels very strongly it's an existential threat from Iran and as well as from Pakistan nuclear weapons. And it is quite legitimate because all these Muslim nations in Middle East have been fighting against Israel over the years, even 6 to 7 countries in one go, that Israel has to fight along with them. No one can forget that some of these nations were supporting such terrorist groups like Hamas, Hezbollah, and Houthis, and that too in such a financial help they were extending, that the Hamas could make the kilometers long tunnels they were hiding along with civilians, and the kind of a barbaric attack with so many of missiles and the self-made missiles they launched in heinous attacks, the most barbaric act in human history, that was against the innocent Israeli when they were celebrating their annual celebrations, an event that was full of celebrations, and they had killed near about 15 to 1600 Israelis, their, the pregnant women's children, the senior citizens, brutally. And that's where that Israel has to go for attack against Hamas. So this is one situation that which always compelled Israel, that this kind of an support to such terrorist group is definitely an existential threat to Israel. So it was in his logic that he is taking an action so that Iran should not pursue any nuclear weapon program, and in that America is also helping it out. So this is a sort of in common points or common agenda between these two nations. But what President Trump wants, it's in sort of an, I will not say hegemony of USA, or I feel that the US on one side wants to contain Russia, but on the other side, the main opposition or the main rival countries, or say enemy country which could stand against America, it's only China. And the kind of a manufacturing hub, China became the global manufacturing hub. All these advantages were given to China by America and by the European countries, and it became a giant manufacturing hub, global hub. So they could not survive if China was not supplying to them items. But in the meantime, now China has become sort of a monopoly, or sort of he is having an hegemony as far as the rare earth minerals are concerned, rare earth materials are concerned. Those are very much essential for future technologies. Those are making semiconductors and lot many, the weaponry systems. Semiconductor is the base of IT. Semiconductor is the base of computers. Semiconductor is the base of AI generated computers and GPUs. And the same way later, when quantum computing comes in, they will be contributing towards that also. So from that point of view, all these rare earths material, those are essential for the weapon programs, future technologies. They are the base, and China has many. So how to contain China and how to use and leverage over China, that was the main interest of America, and America did that, taking over Venezuela, the control over their crude oil, where that was near about 14 to 15% supply of overall total supply to China or consumption of China. So that is one handle, upper hand the USA held by doing that. And after that, then showing the control over Greenland, and that was because there are rare earths material over there and other kind of an assets, those are there. That's not the point of discussion today. So had to have an leverage and to contain China, so that bargain that if he is having the hegemony in rare earths, then USA is having on the crude control on oil. So because Iran is having a near about 40 to 45% supply of oil to China, and if Iran is going to under control, if the regime change takes place, and if a stooge or a person who is being liked or supported by US, who is going to adhere to US demands, if he is going to be heading that Iran, definitely, then by doing that, by controlling the Iranian oil outputs and its trade, then USA will be having an upper hand over China. So like US is trying to choke the oil supply of China, so that it is having a leverage over there, because at present it's only the China which is having leverage as being the global manufacturing hub, but on the other side in technology also, because he is having near about 90 to 95% supply chain of rare earths materials and minerals. So that is the point. And definitely the regime change and nuclear program. So these are the 3 points which I consider that Trump might be thinking, and he is having in his head that this is the way to contain China. Because on the other side, Russia is still a superpower, but economically, if you look at it, it's only 2.5 trillion US dollars economy, but China is 18 to 19 US dollars, 18 to 19 trillion economy. China is a power. Secondly, that Russia was already engaged with Ukraine war, where US indirectly supporting, NATO countries supporting their weapons, and that's what they made Ukraine capable enough to fight this war and pulling this war for so long, for near about 4 years, and striking the deep, conducting deep penetration strike against the air bases and other very, very crucial installations, deep penetration strike by the UCAVs, and all these drone system ecosystem has been contributed by these countries, and they are having the deep penetration capabilities. And now Ukraine is producing a state of art drones and using this, because Ukraine was not having air force only. So from all these things, now I am coming back to it. I feel that this war will not be contained the way it was done in June, like US did control towards the end, that after 12 days. I feel the Iran has carried out a lot of preparations, though I don't feel that any other country is going to support Iran directly by any military intervention, whether it is China or Russia. European countries like France, Germany, and UK, they have come with a joint statements But the many countries are suggesting only the ceasefire, conditional sort of an, reverting to the dialogues on the table. But I don't feel that any dialogue on table will solve this problem, because Iran will not accede to the conditions imposed by America. And secondly, the America will also not accept in between anything if the change of regime is not taking place, which can ensure that any nuclear power program will not be there in future inside Iran. So these are very complicated issues. Those are involved. Very heavy stakes are there. Iran has committed mistake attacking Saudi Arabia, and definitely the US has capabilities in Caribbean Sea and in Arabian Sea, and but with this one choke point in the Strait of Hormuz, it has got still 3 destroyers. Though both the aircraft carrier has been brought out where they could be defended, the fleet, Fifth Fleet and the Gerald Ford, the nuclear aircraft carrier, their battle groups are capable enough to defend themselves against any kind of missiles. But I feel that US reputation shall be at stake. US or President Trump especially will lose a point if any ballistic missiles of Iran is hitting any of the ship, or the ship is sank, or even if ship is not sank, a potential attack is there where many foot soldiers or the defense personnel die in a ship or in any attack on its air bases in these countries where Iran has already engaged in its missiles. It is to be seen, but that will be a catastrophe. And I am sure the mid-president elections are going to take place by the year end. So the reputation is at stake for President enough, and there is definitely a chance that if Iran is able to succeed against its US air bases or strike any of the Navy targets of USA, it will be very fatal as far as President Trump is concerned. As far as Israel is concerned, I think US has taken a very, very good posture that nuclear aircraft carrier has been put to defend Israel. The other thing is there are the 7 squadrons of F-35 and F-22, and that is on one side these 22, one squadron of this MiG-35 and F-35 or F-22 has been positioned in UAE. So there, and the 6th squadron is on other sides. So overall total, they are near about 220, 250 odd ships, and there are the other aeroplanes. Those are available on both the aircraft carriers. So that is a sort of a potential force. And secondly, the cruise missiles, those are there on destroyer itself. It has got enough of potential to strike very, very deep into any locations inside the Iran. And the same way, the Air Force of US and Israel has definitely very superiority advantage. I feel that if Iran extends its Air Force just 10%, then Israel and US, they are 100%. So that tilt will change, but yet to be seen that how it is going to tilt it. But at present, I feel that definitely it will not engulf into the start of Third World War. But let's see, it has got potential to spark into Third World War. So till then, I shall be bringing to you this kind of reporting with a deep analysis, whatever is going on every day, by the evening every day. If you like this video, if you like this analysis, what I have brought it to you. Please like this video, circulate with your friends and to whomsoever you want, and then subscribe my YouTube channel, Commander Strikes. Till then, thank you very much.